Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone wants to get closer to you, love you, understand you, but instead of feeling happy, you just want to run away? If so, you might have an avoidant mindset, and there is one thing that can truly send you into panic. But you will never admit it. I am Jim Rohn, and today I will help you gain a deeper understanding of yourself, of the hidden fear that avoidant individuals always try to conceal. Watch until the end, because this truth may change the way you see yourself and your relationships. And if you find this topic helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe, because this will be the first step to breaking free from the avoidant cycle you don't even realize you're in. Let me tell you about a man named Jame. He exhibits the typical symptoms of an avoidant. Jame has an unusual charm. He knows how to listen, making you believe that you are the most special person in the room. With a warm smile and attentive gaze, he creates a deep connection. But only for a moment. If you pay close attention, something feels off. Jame always leaves. No warning, no signs, he simply disappears. At first, Jame's departure is subtle. Ignored messages, missed calls by accident. Then he starts to withdraw. Plans that once excited him now feel like burdensome obligations. Gradually, he slips out of your life like a dream that fades upon waking. By the time you realize it, Jame has vanished into thin air, leaving only a faint echo, like a song you once loved but can no longer remember the lyrics to. The paradox is that Jame does not want to be alone. He craves love, connection, warmth. But the moment someone gets close enough to touch the deepest part of him, Jame panics. He runs. Not because he doesn't care, but because he doesn't know how to stay. Why do people like Jame abandon what they want the most? And more importantly, what truly sends them into panic? It's not love. They can accept love as long as they maintain a safe distance. It's not rejection. They are so used to it that they can rehearse every possible exit scenario without a second thought. But there is one thing that truly terrifies them, and they will never admit it. The only thing that sends an avoidant into panic is being truly seen. Not the polished version of themselves they carefully construct, the flawless persona, polished like a pearl without a single blemish. Not the charming mask they wear at dinner parties, the radiant smile, the sparkling eyes, but beneath it all, a cold emptiness. Not the mysterious image they create to draw people in, a fog designed to conceal their true self. What terrifies them is someone seeing through all those layers, seeing their fears, their insecurities, the part of them that is still the small child who once learned that closeness equals risk, that love is conditional, that vulnerability leads to pain. Attachment theory, because if you truly see them, if you recognize the fear behind their distance, if you call it by its name, if you do not flinch when they try to disappear, then what reason do they have to run anymore? They will have to face their true self, confront the pain they have tried so hard to bury, and that is what terrifies them the most. There was once a woman, let's call her Mia. She loved a man like Jame. She did everything right, or at least she thought so. She gave him space when he needed it. She reassured him when he became distant. And she patiently waited for the day he would finally feel safe enough to let her into his world. But one evening, in the dim glow of candlelight, Mia did something no one had ever dared to do before. She looked at him. Not just looked, but saw him. She leaned in, her eyes gentle yet unwavering, and said, "Jame, my heart understands the pain you've endured. I know you fear closeness, but I want you to know that with me you can always be yourself. I will never force you to change. I just want to love you for who you are. I just need you to stay here, with me." And that, you see, was the moment Jame truly panicked. His breath caught as if someone had clenched his heart. His fingers twitched, trembling as if they wanted to claw at the air, and for a fleeting second, the calm exterior he had worked so hard to maintain cracked like thin ice under the weight of a heavy stone. Mia saw the storm raging inside him, a storm of fears, insecurities, and deep wounds. He didn't say thank you. He didn't say, "You're right." He did what avoidants do when cornered. He came up with a clumsy excuse. He tried to change the subject with a weak joke. And then he disappeared. As if he had never been there. As if Mia had never touched the impenetrable shell he had built around himself. That night, Jame curled up in the darkness, folding into himself like an abandoned child. He felt as if he had seen his own reflection for the first time. A distorted image, filled with scars and wounds he had spent years trying to hide. The raw truth was too much to bear. He wanted to run, to disappear, but he couldn't. Mia had seen through him, had touched the deepest part of him that he had buried. You see, an avoidant builds their entire world on the belief that they are safest when alone. They convince themselves that love must be controlled in small, carefully measured doses, like a dangerous poison. They enjoy affection as long as it doesn't demand too much of them. A fleeting hug, a gentle kiss, but never a deep, complete connection. They crave intimacy, but only when it doesn't expose their true selves, their fears, their insecurities, their hidden longings. But what they fear the most, what sends them into panic, is when someone steps too close, touching the part of them they have buried so deeply that they have almost convinced themselves it no longer exists. The moment they realize that you see everything, without judgment, without demands, without trying to change them, that is the moment they feel most exposed, most vulnerable. Because if you truly see them, then what? What reason do they have to keep you at a distance? What excuse is left to justify running away from love, from connection, from themselves? But here lies the greatest paradox, the cruel cycle in which avoidants are trapped. They don't run from those who don't care. Oh no, that would be too easy. They run from those who care too much, because if you don't care, they can leave without consequence. If you are distant, uninterested, or indifferent, they can disappear without guilt, without torment. But if you stay, if you truly see them, if you offer them unconditional love, acceptance without demands, if you do not abandon them, even when they are trying to abandon themselves, then they are forced to make a cruel choice. Stay and face what they fear most, closeness, vulnerability, the truth that they are worthy of love, or run. And live with the fact that for the first time in their life, they have let something truly precious slip away, a chance to truly connect, to truly be loved. And that is the greatest tragedy of the avoidant. They crave love, yet fear it so much that they are willing to sacrifice everything to protect themselves from the pain they believe love will bring. So the question is, what do we do with this understanding? How can we love an avoidant without losing ourselves, without falling into the trap of chasing, of trying to change them? You see, the mistake most people make is believing they must prove their worth, that they must hold on tighter, that they must convince the avoidant that they are safe. But safety cannot be forced. Love cannot be proven like an equation on a blackboard. And avoidants will never stop running until they choose to stop, to face their fears and to allow themselves to be loved. So don't chase, don't beg, don't play the game of if I wait long enough they will love me the way I deserve. Instead, focus on yourself, on your own needs and emotions. Show the avoidant that you respect their choice, but at the same time you will not allow them to control your life. Instead of trying to change them, do what Mia once did. See them, truly see them, not through the defensive shell, but as they are, with their wounds, fears, and deepest desires. And say to them with all sincerity and respect, I understand the scars in your heart, the pain that has made you fear closeness. You don't have to run anymore. If you need space, I will respect that. I will not chase, I will not cling. I will never be the one to imprison you in an unwilling relationship, because true love is never a cage, and I do not wish to be your warden. And if they choose to stay, if they decide to face their fears, to confront their true selves, then, my dear, that is the moment you will realize the true value of letting go, of respect, and of unconditional love. Not because you trapped them in a forced relationship, not because you healed or fixed them, but because for the first time in their life, they feel safe enough to stay, to trust, to love and be loved completely. If these words resonate with you, if you see yourself in this story, or if you see someone you love within it, please stay a moment longer. There is still so much to explore about love, fear, and the delicate art of letting go. Until we meet again, always stay true to yourself, always be kind and compassionate to those around you, and above all, always cherish your own freedom and the freedom of those you love. And if you believe this message could help someone struggling, don't hesitate to share it with them. A small action on your part could mean something profoundly significant to someone in need of understanding and empathy. My dear friend, if you are the avoidant, the healing journey can begin with acknowledging and accepting your true self. Do not try to deny or escape the emotions and fears within you. Allow yourself to feel them, to face them with honesty and understanding. Next, try to explore the origins of your avoidant behaviors. Perhaps you have experienced past wounds, unsafe relationships that made you lose faith in love and connection. Give yourself time to heal old scars, to rebuild trust, and to learn to love yourself fully. Do not hesitate to seek help from those around you or from professional therapists. Sometimes, just having someone to listen, understand, and walk with you on your healing journey is incredibly valuable. If you love an avoidant, the most important thing is to learn to accept and respect who they are, including their avoidant tendencies. Do not try to change them, do not force them to love you in the way you want. Give them space, give them time to feel safe and comfortable. Express your love with sincerity and patience. Show them that you are there for them, without judgment, without demands. Listen to them, understand their fears, and let them see that you trust them, that you believe they are worthy of love. Do not forget to take care of yourself. Loving an avoidant can be a challenging journey, and you must ensure that you do not lose yourself in the process. Set healthy boundaries, spend time with those who love you, and seek support when needed. Final words. Whether you are the avoidant or you love an avoidant, remember that healing is a long and difficult journey. But do not be discouraged. Do not give up. Because at the end of the road, there is always the light of hope, of love, and of true connection. You've made it to the end of this video. I hope these insights have helped you better understand the psychology of avoidance and have given you some direction in your journey of love and connection. Remember, whether you are an avoidant on the path to healing or someone who loves an avoidant, the most important things are patience, understanding, and respect. Love is not a battle. It is a journey of companionship where both grow and learn together. Thank you for your time watching this video. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to hit like and share it with those who might need it. And if you want to follow more content like this, subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. I would be honored to walk with you on the journey of exploring the mysteries of psychology and building healthy relationships. Finally, don't hesitate to leave a comment below, share your thoughts and experiences. Together we can learn and support each other, building a more understanding and compassionate community. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos.